Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gift. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining me this evening. And I hope this evening finds you well. We are here at the last part of August. I can't believe it. I don't know where the summer has gone. It feels like it was here and gone in a flash. And I think here in the Pacific Northwest, it's because we have such a limited, what I would call summer. We have usually a very beautiful fall, which I absolutely love. But summer, it feels like everything gets condensed and all the things on your to do list, all the things you want to do and go and places you want to see seems seems to evaporate pretty quickly. So here we are. School has already started here. We are going to be getting a heat wave this weekend. So, wow, hold on to our hats for that one. But I hope whatever you are doing, whatever you are enjoying, especially for this long weekend coming up, that you are enjoying every minute of it. And speaking of weekends, we have one more weekend before my good friend and I, Melinda, are meeting in Newburgh, Oregon to do a retreat September 7th and 8th. There is still time to sign up, there are still openings available. If you are interested, go to my website, find out all about it at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. You can find all the details, you can pay for it right there, and you can be part of a fantastic healing weekend talking about the angel within you and empowerment and getting your empowerment back as a divine being. So I hope to see you all there. Well, for tonight's topic, I was thinking about this and I was talking to a friend earlier, and we were actually talking about um, happiness, right? And cultivating your own happiness. And what does that look like? How do you do that? Because we all get into a moment, maybe it's a moment, maybe it's a couple of days where we feel off, we're in a funk, right? And so, how do we get out of that? How do we change that and flip that around? And so, it really is about taking time for yourself. It's self care. um, it is finding some time and space to do something for you. It is staying in the present moment, which is so hard for so many of us to do, myself included, because if you are a planner inherently, you're always looking in the future. You're always looking towards what can happen, what you can do to make life easier, and sometimes that can be a little exhausting. So, coming back and staying in the present moment, in the now, can really lift a lot of that stress and anxiety off of you. And the more that you can practice this, the more that you can look into this for yourself, the easier it will get to be in the present moment. Now, I'm not saying don't plan, don't think ahead. That's not what I'm saying at all. But there has to be a very delicate balance. And for those of you who spend a lot of time jumping ahead, jumping into the future to plan it, we, me included, I say we, right? We miss so much of what's going on in this very moment. And so, another part of cultivating that happiness is being in that present moment and really looking at what's going on around you. For instance, today, I got up and there was a hummingbird in our water feature and just swimming away and pruning and cleaning and just enjoying the water and the quiet of the early morning hours. And so I just sat there and took that all in. And that's being in the present moment, right? Another instance is the other day, I was watching the bees enjoy the nectar that we put out for the hummingbirds, and they were going crazy, right? And it was mesmerizing just sitting there watching them. So, again, that's about being in that present moment and taking that in. And it can really change our dynamics in our body. It can calm us, it can, reduce our blood pressure, it can change you know, our anxiety level from what we were focusing on before and just put us into a calmer state, right? Um, but just taking some time for yourself every day, whether that be reading, going for a walk, listening to music, anything, reading your favorite book, doing that crossword puzzle, whatever that is for you, taking some time to do that. And also with that is being grateful, right? One thing that I need to start doing again, and this was a perfect reminder, is to start journaling in your gratitude journal, right? Picking three things every single day that you are happy for, that you are in gratitude for. And again, that can really shift your dynamic. And then you combine that with the self care and staying in the present moment. And it relieves all of that stress and anxiety that's been going through you, perhaps, and brings you back to center. So, those are really important things to do. It's hard for us to focus time on ourselves, but we definitely need to do that so that we can be in the space and place of helping others as well. So I hope that was helpful for you on cultivating your happiness, and would be happy to discuss more of this over on my webpage again at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. And there you can also schedule a personal one on one reading with me. Um, find all the details right there. All right. Right now, we have a caller on the line. We have Alicia in Charleston, South Carolina. Good evening, Alicia, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. What can I do for you this evening?
Yes, I'm just wanting to get peace and get to the bottom of what I'm experiencing. I own a dementia company online that's doing pretty well as far as publicity goes, and I'm just trying to get the everything in order to just have it blossoming and bringing in the sales like I needed to. It's been 4 years since I've had my company, but I've ran into some blocks. And so I know I did a speaking event, and I know a lot of clients went and like help with promotion, get publicity, taking it to media, etc. And I've been getting phone calls. Well, lately I've been getting a threat. Someone came to my job that's in the news world and very intimidated of hearing about my company that I've had for a while. And I'm believing that they are trying to frighten me not to deal with social media and not to deal with media at all, the news, because they're known locally here in my state. And I guess I would take their shine away. So now I'm having a lot of issues with work, and they just let everybody know, oh, she's a celebrity if you didn't know, and just wanting people to be mean to me all around. So I'm just trying to have peace with not moving around on jobs because so many people is being evil to me from that. Also, I'm a published author as well. So just a lot of evilness, and I feel a lot of blocks trying to come so that I won't prosper and I won't make the money that I would like to make in my company so I don't have to work for an employer anymore. And I've been trying to do everything I can to get past that, and to keep branding my business and to keep the sales coming. But I feel attacks and I feel blocks financially.
Right. Wow. You definitely are a very bright light, and they are definitely, like you said, afraid of your potential. And so as a result, you've been feeling the attacks. there's this energetic block that you're feeling is from those psychic attacks, right? For people not wanting you to get ahead, feeling like they're being left behind. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, and so um, hold on one second here. Let me just slow this down. It's coming in really fast, so hold on.
Wow.
Um,
Mhm.
okay, so what I'm being shown is just to continue to shine your light, continue to
Okay.
push through, and continue to do the advertising. It's really for you about the word of mouth, because people are very attracted to you. They're attracted to your energy. They like what they
Mhm.
see, and then they go and they spread that word to others. And so that's where you're going to get a lot of um, really a lot of your publicity, really. Um, I'm also being told that you're very spiritual. You trust your gut. Um, you know,
Mhm.
you know what the difference is between right or wrong. And, that sounds like a very basic statement to make, but you truly feel this in your gut. And this is what is guiding you. Um, these are your, um, these are your guides speaking to you, right? And so it's about being able to clear out some of those psychic attack energies and clearing out those blocks. Um, I'm being shown that if you were just to sit down and connect to your guides and ask them to remove all those blocks and to remove all those psychic attacks, that things would start flowing in much more easily for you. And then as you do that, you can shine your light even brighter, right? By pushing your light, your energy out, this beautiful, beautiful light. And as you do that, I'm being shown that they'll kind of take a little bit of a back seat because they'll realize that they
Mhm.
can't get to you any longer.
Okay. So with
Does that
the advertisements, you're saying to go forward. So that means any type of advertisements, ads, news, whatever comes my way. So I've had many outlets that called me, but I just declined to get on TV because of what I was experiencing. I didn't take the opportunities to. One of them is still pending, but I just didn't take it because of the threats and the behaviors that I was having against me, and then I just started to feel very upset spiritually, and so I didn't do it.
right? Right. Um, but you're still feeling that call to advertise. Is that correct? Are you still feeling that in
Right,
your
and I
gut?
still have a couple
Yeah.
calls that's pending, and they're wanting me to call them back. They're not going to stop calling. A lot of them
Yeah.
said they won't stop calling because I
Right.
really need to do it, is what they were saying. So, but when I had
Yes.
that person come in my job, and the person we all know is a local person that's kind of considered like famous here through the news. But I think that was very, very mean. But then that's shown that I'm very powerful. If that person somehow found out where I work, like in my day job, and came there and started telling things about me, and I guess, wanting my workers to be mean to me and everything. And then they was actually talking about it. So I know it was said because he actually said something to me as well about my company. And I was like, whoa, that means my company is really doing something. And someone took it to the news um, station. He was trying to badmouth me. Nobody's going to buy it. Nobody's going to do this, that. But that already showed me that I was powerful. For you to even have that much gut in you to come show up at my job and speak about my company already spoke a lot. But it just made me very upset. And then I felt like I had another attack to deal with. And now everybody's calling me a celebrity at the job. And I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody's bringing in their clients, um, to come to the center, which doesn't have anything to do with dementia, but it makes me feel like I need to watch my back because if I'm a successful person, and I'm on a higher level than everybody that's in there, I need to be watching my back. So I got overwhelmed, very exhausted. At one point, I got to the place that I didn't know if I wanted to live anymore because it just was so heavy what I was experiencing. And
Right.
I left my last job last year for the same thing, but my last experience last year, I mean this year, I left the same day I left my other job. I started the job that I'm on now, and the same thing happened. But the other job, they was trying to find out where I was living, googling stuff online, and it became a real big legal problem where lawyers and everything was involved because you're messing with my livelihood. I mean, it was so much jealousy, it was a mess, and there was a director that did this. So I'm like, if these people are in high places in their own job and they are coming to attack me, that really speaks something of me, who I am in my career and running my own company, even though I still go out in a day job, but as an activity center for brain stimulation. That really says something about what I'm doing, but I would like to see the revenue. And I understand that some attacks are going to come regardless because we're in the world. And when you're doing good, you're definitely going to get attacked. But I just felt that it was mean, to do things like that to me. And then most of us all work in healthcare. We could be helping each other, but that's not the
Right.
way that it went. And I had to
Right.
come down from my position on my other job. She didn't want me to teach anymore because I was a teacher over there. Because in my company, I'm an educator, and so she wanted to snatch me, take away me being a teacher. And I said, by law, I can sue because this is what I applied for. And if you're getting jealous of me and people are coming in and telling you things about me and y'all are Googling things online, which is illegal to be looking where I live and stuff, um, you can be in big trouble for that. And I just think that is very mean to want to try to destroy me like that. And just all kinds of people came in that I considered an enemy and they tried to attack me. So security was hired by corporate. And I was like, if I got to deal with now security, I just was very upset and didn't feel safe. And people were identifying me. And I just left. I quit because I
Right.
didn't feel safe.
Yeah.
And I understand as I grow, I'm going to have people that in high places do mean things. So my family was speaking to me about security, and a family member came home and had me looking into security, and it was like, I'm just telling you now, where you are and where you're going, you're going to end up needing security at some point. Because
Mm.
of the level that you're at, and you do speaking events and so many things you're doing, you're going to have to be strong. But it just was so much. And the meanness is just was very, 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 very evil.
Yes. Yes. Right. And as you become more and more into your business and you start helping more and more people, you know, that word is going to get out, bringing more and more business to you. And you could see, some others coming out of the woodwork. Um, what you can do too is you can call upon your angels and your guides and ask them to only allow the people who are in the highest and best interest for you to literally be able to see your business. It's almost like putting a veil in front of those who are wanting to harm you, who are wanting to take advantage of you. And it's just like putting a thin layer over it so that they really can't see. Have you ever been in
Hmm.
a situation where you were looking for something and you couldn't find it and you left and maybe you come back 20 minutes later and you look in the same spot and whoa, there it is. How was that there? I was looking in the
Right.
same
Yes.
spot for 10 minutes and I didn't see it and now I'm seeing it, right? So that's that veil, right?
Okay.
So ask your guides to just put the veil on for all of those who are out, um, to intentionally bring harm or, um, any time of disrespect to you and your business, that they literally cannot see you, hear you, um, and not affect you. and only let the ones who are here in your highest and best for you and your company, and that you can help them in their highest and best be able to really shine and be able to see you and bring that, bring those people to you. Um,
Okay.
so, really leverage because you're very spiritual. And so you just need to leverage that piece of it, and I understand when you're in a situation where you're not comfortable with what's going on and things are serious, right? It can kind
Mhm.
of mess with your psyche a little bit. Um, and that's when you need to call on some of your friends to help remind you, that you can ask for this kind of help, right? Along with, down the road, you may find that you do need security, right? Um,
Mhm.
but you will know when and if that time is right.
Right.
But you've got a long line of people. They're showing me you have a long line of people waiting to knock on your door. So, as far
Okay.
as your business goes, I mean, I see this really exploding and being very, very lucrative for you. And it's going to
Okay.
be bringing you a lot of joy because you're giving back and you're doing exactly what you love to do. And as that passion and that intensity grows, then you're going to be bringing in more and more clientele. So it's just going to start this huge wave of influx. And
Okay. And
it's
right now,
going to
I've been
be,
trying to book a lot of speaking events and just sell the education and consultations that I have on my website, getting the credentials together for the healthcare workers, but I had a little block financially with that, and then having to go partner with a different board because just one member wouldn't agree with what I wanted to do. So that really made me upset, and it kind of dampened my money a bit. But those are my goals right now to partner with another dementia board, which really wants me on their team and to be a trainer for them. And then they will have my company listed as well. And I get to keep all the profits. So that's a big plus. But it's just a piece of money that I have to come up with to become a part of that organization. And then I have a lot of courses that I want to get credentials to it that I've been building. So, but that's all a financial thing. So I'm just keeping my
right.
hopes up that all these things can come to me by the beginning of next year. And I just want to be to a place where I don't have to work for an employer anymore. That's my overall goal.
Right.
To be working my own company, to be getting booked, to go speak and to educate other places and to be able to travel because I've been number one on Google for like over 2 years. Whenever a dementia company is looked up, I'm number one on Google. So that really has me in a high ranking spot for a good while now.
Yes.
But I just want to keep doing better, and I just want to see my sales coming in.
Yeah, it's coming. When you said, you're hoping for something in the year, it was like bells and whistles were going off in my head. It's like that's very obtainable for you at the rate that you're going
Mhm.
right now. And when you are on stage, they're showing me that you have such a presence that you really bring people in and bring people together, and it's like they're hanging on every word that you're saying. You're so knowledgeable and you're so
Yes, and
passionate.
I've had a speaking event already before. I couldn't believe I spoke a whole hour and a half nonstop. I couldn't believe it. I was
Yes.
speaking for one of my books that I published, and oh my gosh! And then it ended up being a consultation at the end and a book signing. I mean, it was
Yes.
so amazing, and I know a lot of those people took my company to the press because they told me a couple of the names, like, oh, I remember her, I remember her, I remember her, because people came from different places to support their
Right.
loved ones in the retirement center that I did the speaking event at in the theaters, and it was so very amazing. So I'm just hoping to be able to book some speaking events before this year is over that I can do, and next year I want to be booked out in everything I possibly can be booked out in for next year to come. So that's something that I've been working on.
Yes. What I'm being shown is to continue doing these bookings, these teachings, these lectures. And then once you have a few of those under your belt, then you can continue getting all of those extra credentials. It's like they're showing me that these speaking engagements are critical to getting the business, the kind of business that you want. And it's
Okay.
not so much as important for you to have those extra credentials right now. Like, if there's anything that you can kind of put to the side and go, okay, I'm just going to take a deep breath and I'm not going to worry about that right now. That's one of those
Right.
things.
Because I was
It's your
thinking, just if
speaking.
I couldn't get that money, it wasn't supposed to be for me to get it right now to worry about that trainer credentials,
Right,
because I'm already an educator in my company. That'll be those leads that I have. If they trust me and they love what I do in my company, they'll stay with me. And when I release it next year, I'm just seeing April next year that I'll be able to release the certification seminar for the caregivers. I just keep seeing April for some reason that I'll be able
yeah,
to release that. And the
yes,
CEU credit for the courses will come behind that. But I'm really concerned about the speaking engagement, because that's where the big money is. The speaking engagements, getting them booked for this year and getting booked out for 2025. I don't have to worry about
right,
the book signings, but because I already have those booked out. So I'm just concerned with the speaking events and getting my consultations. And I believe
right.
that the speaking events, when I do the speaking events, I'll be doing consultations at the end, like I did at the other speaking event that I've done. So do you see me getting any speaking events for this year, or they all will be for next year?
Um, I see you getting at least one for this year, but a lot of them are going to come in next year. So, and Alicia, we're coming down to the last 30 seconds of our show. This has been an amazing conversation with you. I hope it's been helpful, and I wish you so much luck. You're going to be so fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye bye. Good night.
All right, everyone, that does it for me. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful long weekend. Enjoy yourself, and I will see you next week.